Στο βήμα, ο Πρόεδρος του Ευρωπαϊκού Λαϊκού Κόμματος, Μανφρεντ Βέμπερ.
Dear President Averov Neofito, dear President of the Republic Nikos Anastasiadis, dear Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis, dear friends from the European level, Stella Kyriakidis, it's also Lefteris is here and Lucas are there. Welcome, dear friends from the European level. Dear colleagues, ministers, friends from the National Parliament, dear friends from the Democratic Rally. It's great to be here. It's great to see so many faces, and I tell you, the atmosphere here in the room is clear. Democratic Rally with Averov is a winning team. Thank you so much for welcoming me here in Cyprus. Dear friends, I'm happy to be here. It is a great pleasure for me to come to Cyprus. The bond between Cyprus and Europe is strong and also rooted in history. Cyprus, with its rich, diverse, historical, cultural heritage, fundamentally rooted in the classical Hellenism, Cyprus is a strong and passionate advocate of Europe's cultural heritage, and you can be proud about this, dear friends. Cyprus is an integral part of Europe. Strategically situated, Cyprus is Europe's southern outpost in the Mediterranean and Europe's natural stepping stone, our door to the Middle East. Cyprus joining the European Union on the 1st of May 2004 was a big day for Cyprus, but also for the European Union as a whole. It was a natural choice, as Cyprus and Europe are united in their culture, in their heritage, in their history, and they have the same values about freedom, democracy, and justice. And dear friends, for me it's good to be today among friends. Dear Nikos, dear Averov, I could always count on your support as EPP leader on European level. This is one of my first trips after I was elected as new president of the EPP party in Rotterdam, and it is for me symbolic to pay tribute to ΔΗΣΥ and personally to you, Nikos and Averov, for your remarkable work here in Cyprus. When you took over 9 years ago, the economic mismanagement of the left was bringing Cyprus to collapse, to being close to a bankruptcy. And you turned Cyprus into a European model of prosperity, an example for the rest of Europe. And let me say, from the outset to Averov, in February 2023, we need now your leadership, your experience to continue on this path of reforms and showing great prosperity for Cyprus and Europe. So all the best. This Congress happens in critical times. In Europe there is war again. And as Cypriots you know firsthand what it means to be attacked, how it feels to live in a split and divided country. Putin wants to destroy all that Europe stands for, our ideas. The idea that we respect each other, that we don't think in imperial categorization, that we don't think in being the strong and the weak one. We in Europe, we think in Europeans, not in small and big countries. Dear friends, we stand having the courageous fight of our Ukrainian friends in mind, that they won't decide about who is their president. They want to enjoy freedom. They want to enjoy a rule of law-based state. And having this in mind, they fight for our values. We stand beside the Ukraine friends. President Zelensky was a few weeks ago in the European Parliament online connected, and he was asking us a question. He was asking us, are we welcomed? Can we also once join the European Union? Is it worth to fight? That was his question. And dear friends, in a few days, Nikos and Kyriakos will be together with all European leaders in Brussels in the next European Council meeting. And we'll give an answer on this. And the answer, dear friend, can only be if a European country is sharing our values and wants to join, then they have the full right to live in the same conditions like we live. So that's why Ukraine and the Republic of Moldova deserve to get the candidate status for joining the European Union. We also need, having in mind that enlargement is not anymore only about markets, about business opportunities. Enlargement is today a question about values, it's a question about stability. And having this in mind, we also need a clear timeline for the Western Balkan countries, that they need a clear European perspective. And at the same time, I tell you, when I travel around all over Europe, then a lot of people tell me, okay, we can welcome new members in our European family, but once we must define the borders of this European Union. Where is the end of Europe? And dear colleagues, let's be clear, the geopolitical and cultural boundaries we have in front of us are obvious. That's why Turkey can, from my point of view, not join the European Union, but we want a reunited Cyprus in our united European Union. That is what we want to see. Dear friends, for making the enlargement and the next steps for Europe possible, we have to change and improve our today's European Union. We have to make Europe fit for the challenges of tomorrow. For example, when we speak about sanctions against Putin, only one country like Viktor Orban in Hungary can block the whole European Union. I doubt that whether this is really a strong European Union. We have to do more on European defense to prepare for the future. We have to give a lot of answers based on our mandate we got in 2019 in the European elections, where I started my campaign here in Cyprus, and I had the first event here in Cyprus. Dear friends, we promised there to fight against climate change, and we bring this together with competitiveness for our industry. We bridge things. We will do, dear colleagues, a lot of investments to create jobs, because inflation is in front of us. Like Averov said, we have to protect our economic sovereignty towards China. There are enormous challenges in front of us. And, dear friends, having Stella in front of me, I also want to mention our promise that we fight as Europeans against cancer. We don't give up on this. We want to be the first continent beating cancer as one of our key EPP promises. We will work on these points. Ukraine has been a wake-up call. And at the same time, we must not forget about the Mediterranean and about the Cyprus issues in particular. We, as EPP, we stand united behind Cyprus and expect Turkey to respect the sovereignty of Cyprus. The two-state solution proposed by Turkey is unacceptable for us, and our position on the Cyprus issues has always been crystal clear. Cyprus issues are European issues, and there can only be a united Europe with a united Cyprus, dear friends. Thank you, dear Nikos, for your strong determination and commitment to this vision, the ending the Turkish occupation and reunifying Cyprus. Thank you for your will to set the negotiations back on track and for your brave confidence-building measures you put on the table. We need solutions based on European and international law, and Europe must safeguard and keep its neighborhood in order. We have to even further strengthen the European Union, like I said, and show a united approach to our neighborhood. Cyprus, dear friends, you can count on us. Serious political times, dear friends, are EPP times. are democratic rally times. Critical political times is not a time for showing off, but a time for responsibility, for credibility, for determination, and for the best ideas for our future. The very successful government of Nikos Anastasiadis, supported by the democratic rally, is the best proof for that. You are a lighthouse showing that good politics matters in daily life of our citizens. That is not about being focused to be the darling of the day, but to be the architect for the future. That is our ambition we are showing to our citizens. And dear friends, in the past 9 years, Cyprus went from a country on brink of collapse, suffering from the mistakes of past governments, to a European model of prosperity and stability. President Anastasiadis and his government had a tough job during the financial crisis, but impressively managed to put Cyprus back on track. They have regained the country's financial credibility and brought remarkable economic recovery and growth back to the country with discipline, hard work, and responsible financial management. The brave but difficult decisions of the government, with the support of the ΔΗΣΥ in the national parliament, did pay off. ΔΗΣΥ implemented the necessary reforms. You fought for real fairness. You reduced unemployment here in Cyprus. In 2019, you introduced a new national healthcare system. For the first time in Cyprus history, thanks to you, every Cypriot has now equally access to affordable and effective medical care, a huge success. ΔΗΣΥ created wealth. ΔΗΣΥ guaranteed Cyprus has been respected in Europe. And thanks to dear President, thanks to Nikos and also Averov and the whole ΔΗΣΥ team, that is the result. Cyprus and Europe owe you a lot. Thank you so much for this. And now Cyprus has to open the next chapter with Averov as our presidential candidate for 2023. You have an excellent, committed political leader, a convinced European, tirelessly, passionately fighting for Cyprus' interests and issues. And I am sure, dear Averov, that the Cypriots will place their faith in you, in Averov Neophytou, so that he can continue the successful path of prosperity and stability for Cyprus. So that he can also write now the next chapter. And I wrote the title about the green and the tech island here in Cyprus, a goal that could be also realized by European solidarity with the Next Generation EU Fund, for example. I wish you all the best. Good luck for the campaign in front of you. And please let me remind you on one important element. With Averov, with Democratic Rally, you have the only real European connected in network implemented party in Cyprus. You have a lot of friends backing you. You have a lot of friends. And Cyprus needs these friends in European level. That's why please be proud about this. The elections, dear friends, are coming to a crucial moment, not only for Cyprus, but also for Europe. We are facing difficult times, and we as center-right, our approach to do politics is probably more needed than ever before. We are experiencing all over the democratic world upsplitted societies. Look to France, look to Great Britain, look to Capitol Hill in America. And that's why our approach of bridge building, of bringing people together, from big cities, countryside, from young and old, cosmopolitan and natives, workers, entrepreneurs, farmers, digital startups, from all parts of Europe, this idea of bridge building is probably more needed than ever before. We call ourselves People's Party, close to everyone in our society. That is our DNA. Together, we are fighting for solutions, not for ideologies. Our role model are not celebrities. Our role models are the SME entrepreneurs, the nurses, the workers, the shop owners who stand up and work every day. They are our everyday heroes. They deserve a bright future. It is them we are working for, and that is our fight we are fighting for, dear friends. Let me conclude, dear friends, we are under attack, and Europe is under attack. We are facing challenging times ahead. Center-right is now needed more than ever. Experience, values, responsibility, and a future orientation. That is our DNA. We need a strong Europe, we need a strong Cyprus, and we need a strong and future-orientated leadership here in Cyprus. We need Averov Neofito. Your friends, dear colleagues, the entire EPP family is behind you. Dear friends, we will make it again in 2023. Thank you so much and all the best.